Hello, my name is Bill Walker. I'm from Washington State. I'd like to discuss with you the question of why we need an Article 5 convention.
Article 5 of the United States Constitution provides for two distinct ways to propose amendments to the Constitution. Our founding fathers recognized there would be times, such as now, when Congress would be so entrenched, so recalcitrant, that it would be unresponsive to the needs and will of the people. Therefore, the founders understood that it required a way for the people to exert their sovereign will, to correct the excesses of government. The method given us by the founders is the Article 5 Convention. An Article 5 Convention is nothing more than a tool in the Constitution to be used by Americans to bring about peaceful constitutional changes in our form of government. The strength of our nation has always been and will always be its ability to alter, to change, to adapt to the changing situations and challenges facing this great land. But rather than questioning the need for a convention, isn't the real question we should ask ourselves, what does America want to achieve? What should be our next goals? What do we want our country to look like in 50 or 100 years? What do we need to change? What do we want to change? What do we want to preserve?
That is why the amendment process exists, to allow our great document to grow along with the people it represents, to change and alter to meet their needs and challenges, and thus by doing so remain as viable as the day its lines of text were first laid down by our framers. We are a great people. We have a great heritage. We should never be ashamed of our heritage or what we have worked so hard to achieve. We are capable of achieving any goal we set for ourselves, and have shown many times throughout history we are capable of overcoming any obstacles to realize our goals. We should never fear that heritage or be ashamed of it. Our heritage includes our form of government, a representative republic based on the fundamental principle that Americans are a free people possessing all sovereign power of this nation, and have given up some of that freedom and liberty in order to form a government that is responsive to our needs. To show that heritage to all the world, we enacted our Constitution and spelled out in clear, unambiguous words what this nation is and what it stands for. But throughout the years, this vision of America, so long cherished and treasured by all loyal patriotic Americans, has grown dark. The light of liberty that used to shine so brightly and filled us all with pride and joy at seeing our flag fly proudly over us has grown dim and distant.
Americans don't want to see this nation fade to black. We want change, to have the government be our government again, to have all respect our laws, to be secure in our homes, schools, jobs, and nation, to have those in government listen to us, to have solution, not platitudes. Change has always been thrust on us since our beginning, and we are stronger for it. Some fear change. Americans have always faced fear.
The fear of the unknown as our ancestors faced the challenge of a vast, unknown land, and by facing the fear established themselves across the breadth and width of this great land. Then came the terrible issue of slavery, and Brother American became pitted against Brother American. In the end, after nearly 5 years of bloody war, a new nation arose, stronger and even more committed to the proposition that all men are created equal and endowed with certain inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our nation then faced global wars, a Great Depression, and countless other challenges. Certainly those Americans who did face these challenges had fears, but they faced them, and America prevailed and grew ever stronger for doing so. Now again in our history, we face new challenges. Things are not right with our nation. We have concerns and fears. We need change in order to resolve these challenges and move forward ever more strong, ever more free. Our framers who gave us our Constitution realized that the strongest part of our Constitution was its ability to change. At each point of great challenges facing this land, Americans created new amendments to our founding document to reflect those changes, to give freedom to those who had been previously oppressed, to grant new powers to the people to elect members of the government or limit time in government by other members. Change is strength. Weakness is fear. Those Americans who would have us remain free and possess our liberty realize how vital change is in our system of government. For otherwise, if we fear the change, our system of government will surely stagnate and ultimately fail.
Our framers realized that no matter how carefully they crafted our great document, the Constitution, there would always be challenges needed to be solved by future generations. They understood that even the government they were creating might someday become a problem. They knew only by allowing the people an ability to exercise their right to alter or abolish their form of government, free from government interference, could they ensure for all time the right of the people to remain free. The framers also gave us the legacy of Americans who believed the only way to solve a problem was to face it and solve it, not to fear it. Some have said an Article 5 convention will do terrible things to this nation, that it will destroy our entire form of government, that it will remove our inalienable rights. They show great fear, but demonstrate no solution. There has never been a problem in this nation that this people, that we have faced and not solved. Together, we can solve anything. We are Americans. We understand nothing else. There is a great need for change in our nation today. Either we face the challenges of this nation and solve them, or we cower in fear and for the first time in our history, yield to our fears and let them conquer us. True American solutions demand true American resolve. Fear has no place in America. An Article 5 convention will enable us to decide what do we want for our nation. What is it we want to achieve? It presents us a great opportunity to advance America, not to defeat it. We will show the world once again why this is the greatest nation on earth. We will face our fears and challenges. We will resolve them. We will build an even stronger, better America for tomorrow. And we will be able to say again with pride, I am an American.